Coming up in this We Are in Trouble episode of Two Noobs, it turns out humans are stupider getting stupid because pickles. I'm sorry, what was me talking? Anyway, next, Philly season preview. They're kind of running it back after a disastrous showing against the Mets last October. Are we in trouble? Then, scientists may have severely undercounted Earth's population. We're sending Matt out for a door-to-door to get a truly accurate count. And then finally, with Disney's new disaster of a Snow White live-action remake, we see if we can do any better using Pixar films. I'm casting the butt-touching robot as Wally. Start the music. Yes, more exciting than the release of the JFK files. It is Two Noobs talking. What are you laughing at over there, you two conspiring against me?
Well, I mean,
That's living room.
This is the very first time that I've had John Tracy, ever since the founding of Two Noobs, here in my home to record a live Two Noob episode. Well, live-ish, since it's getting released on Wednesday. Yes. So there you go.
Suck it. I didn't have anything written.
It's great to have you here, bud.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for accommodating.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, John, since you were traveling, I guess you haven't had a chance to go through all the newly released JFK files, right?
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, there's nothing there to learn.
I mean, but I did want 24 hours of reading, but I haven't got there yet.
Might as well.
Might as well. We learned nothing new.
Oh, he died.
But we did learn.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know
that was
that.
in there.
Gosh darn it. So all these social studies teachers were telling me lies?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Darn it.
One thing we did learn, gentlemen, Brendan Graham retired this week.
He did.
Former defensive end of your Philadelphia Eagles and two-time Super Bowl champion. Said goodbye. Was it Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday? One of those days.
One of those days.
I don't
yeah.
remember. I was driving. I
those
listened
days.
to the whole thing. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So we here at Two Noobs give him a salute. Who wants to say a few words on BG's behalf?
I mean, what a great story. One of the all-time greatest stories, probably in the history of the city. Just from, being labeled a first-round bust to a two-time Super Bowl champion, where we hadn't even won a Super Bowl with him on the roster. He was just an amazing player. You go to NFL Throwback, they had a 30-minute highlight reel of all of his big-time plays, including the strip sack and of Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, and him chasing Mahomes down the other. I mean, what a great player! One of the all-time greatest, I think.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to say more than you agree, John.
Well, I'll put
This
it
is your
way.
opportunity.
My brother is probably the biggest Eagles fan that I've ever met in my life, and he has since he retired, on his right underneath his TV, he has a Brandon Graham jersey just hanging there, just because it means he went against the media. He was never negative. He was the most positive player, and he was the best shit talker that has ever existed in an Eagles uniform.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
He's what I hope the future gravitates to, like the defensive line and that attitude and that just tenacity. He created, we've had Reggie, we had Jerome, we had we had guys in the Pro Bowl way before him, but I think he gets the city better than they did, and he's created the leadership in the locker room to be that guy, that just like Kelsey on the other side. We have to tip our hat to him, but his legacy will be seen in the next couple of years.
Right. I will always remember his interactions with one Derek Gunn.
Mhm.
Oh
whose
yeah.
game
Yes,
Oh
yes, sir.
man. Yeah.
he would never let D Gunn forget when he picked against the Birds.
Yep.
And it was always great. I mean, and
Yeah.
the weirdest part is Derek Gunn was out the door before Brandon Graham was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a time when it looked like BG would be gone first.
Mhm.
A couple years ago, it
Mhm.
seemed like he had played his last, but he stayed on, and I'm glad he did because he helped us once again get back to the Super Bowl and to win it. So, Brandon Graham, we here at Two Noobs give you a salute and a thank you for 2 Super Bowls well done, including strip sacking that bastard Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Well, and doing it the second time
Yeah.
during the pregame. That made Tom Brady even more mad.
Yeah, exactly. How about the flex picture of him sitting next to the Super Bowl trophies when he was giving his retirement speech? I
Oh,
mean, to have
fantastic.
both of them on
Yeah.
both sides.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in that kind of a moment where you're announcing a retirement and you have both?
He earned it.
Tremendous, right? I
He
mean, that's
earned
just
it.
one of the
Absolutely.
greatest ever. Yeah. Yeah. Forever will go down as one of the greatest ever. Yeah.
All right. Okay, let me introduce people now on the program, although I don't really know how to do this because I don't know where I'm going to end up being on the screen.
Yes.
It could be over
I'm
there.
sorry.
You could be up
You
there.
could be in the
you
middle.
down there. Could be put
Thank
like
you.
right here. You never know.
I'm totally confused. Anyway, so in some direction, we have Johnny Worthington III, John Tracy.
There you go.
That's some foreshadowing. That's Monsters University.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Foreshadowing.
Also somewhere around here is one Mr. Potato Head, Matt Craig.
So that's how we get Steve to dance. We
Right?
just confuse him.
Yeah.
Sorry. I in the middle. I am Secure-T Steve Murray. That's one of the Wally security.
Nice. Nice. There you go.
All right. I'm going to bring it down again here, gentlemen. We have another sad death in the world.
Yes.
Recently, George Foreman passed away.
You know,
I
the
believe it was on
George-
Friday.
Yeah, George Foreman grills, right? All those years ago.
I would hope you would remember him first as the boxer,
Of
and
course,
then
yeah.
as the founder of the grill. But
Right?
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, lent his name to the innovative George Foreman grill.
Only because Hulk Hogan didn't answer his phone.
Really? Is that true? Wow.
It's the Hulk Hogan grill, brother.
Thank God. Hulk Hogan
Oh, can you
didn't.
even imagine what that would have been like? Oh my gosh.
It would have failed. Just like
Oh,
most
it
of
would have
Hulk
crashed and
Hogan's career.
burned. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank God he didn't answer, so George Foreman could
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
what $300 million off of that or something. It was
Crazy.
insane.
Did he
That was my
really?
first one.
He made more money off the Foreman grill than he did in all his collected fights,
That I can.
and he was a damn good fighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
What he still the oldest heavyweight champion?
I
Or did
think so.
somebody
I
else
believe
take
so.
that?
I
Yeah.
think so.
46 years old, I think, is
Yeah.
when he won
Yeah.
the title. Yeah. And everybody loved it because it was like, oh my God, George Foreman won the heavyweight championship. That's unbelievable. And I mean, yeah, one of the greatest boxers of all time, obviously.
I remember liking him when he came back that time and won the championship,
Mhm.
and my dad was like, "Oh, you need to learn." And took me all the way back to George Foreman stuff from when he was a kid.
Nice.
That man,
Right.
that guy was,
Yeah.
it was a shell.
Rumble in the Jungle, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a shell of what he was when we saw him as kids back.
Sure.
But back then, he's one of the best.
It was the right hand. His right hand was like, bam. It just like,
Just straight,
Yeah.
just concussing people.
no,
every time, you
everywhere.
know?
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, and he named all his children George,
Yes,
which was a little
or
weird.
Georgette.
Um, here-
All the
But,
sons,
as
George.
Matt-
yeah.
right, all his sons.
Yeah.
As Matt pointed out, he did then lend his name and likeness to the George Foreman grill. I don't currently own any, but I have had them in the past. And
Mhm.
I do recall the first one, and you remember my brother Alex.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
He would buy the Bubba Burger frozen
Oh, yeah.
burgers,
Yeah.
Nice.
the 70-30
Yep.
type.
Oh,
Yep,
my God.
yep, yep, yep. totally know it.
No.
The grease in
Oh.
the grease trap on the George Foreman grill from those things was literally like an inch
Yeah.
thick.
Yeah.
Because that's how fatty those things were.
Oh yeah. It was like a lake after those things.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I understand where he was coming from.
Unreal. Yeah.
All right. So going on to the Dubby Energy Fun Fact, brought to you by Dubby Energy Drinks. Visit Dubby Energy at their website, dubby.gg, or download the app to your phone. You use our promo code 2Noobs Talking. That's TOONOO Talking. You get 10% off your order. Want to experience Star Wars in your stomach?
Yes.
I'm not so sure.
Right answer.
Lightsabers and pew pew pew.
I got Boba Fett.
Right,
and
it's probably not.
Grievous moving right here, right now. Oh, wait a minute. That was gas. Beer. Sorry.
All right, fine. Probably not the best analogy,
Yeah.
but I am thrilled because Galaxy Grenade is back in stock.
Look at that.
Dubby has taken America's juiciest watermelons and paired them with a Mexican guava and topped things off with a squeeze of fresh lime. This flavor is sure to kick your taste buds into gear. May the $4 off of a $40 tub be with you.
Quick
Galaxy, Star Wars, you know.
copyright. They will then sell that to Disney and it will taste like shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Sounds about right. Yep.
Fair enough. All right, who has the fun fact this week?
I do, sir.
All right, Mr. Craig. You may
So
proceed.
obviously we love BG. We will always love BG. Gents, did you know that this is from CBS Sports? He was the last Eagles player from the Andy Reid era. He was a draft pick in 2010, which Andy drafted him, and he was the very last active player at the time that was drafted by Andy Reid. Everybody else, either Chip Kelly or, well, forget that. But Howie Roseman primarily. But yeah, he was the last one by Coach Andy Reid to have been drafted by him for the Eagles, and they moved up in the first round to select him. And I remember when that happened, I was like, we got Brandon Graham? What are we doing? Oh, yeah, and that was like future Matt didn't know that he was going to be a two-time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to top you on that because Brandon Graham not only was the last Andy Reid era player, he was the last one to attend training camp at Lehigh University.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Lehigh.
Not that I really care. Ruben Frank has a real problem that they don't go to Lehigh anymore. But
Oh, well.
I don't really care.
Get over it.
I think it would be easier for them to like go to Westchester. Why would he complain about going to Lehigh University? Oh, well, anyway.
Isn't
He
it?
doesn't complain. He wishes they
Oh, he
could go
wishes they
back.
could go. That's right. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It must be a bar or some food there that
Probably.
he
Yeah.
misses.
It's got to be.
Probably.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got it's my only because I get mad at that stuff. Totally. Wish they-
Right? Oh,
All right. Over 40 rant. I've got it this week. Because I received in the mail.
Should we sit down for this?
No, you're good.
Oh, we're sitting.
Oh, so we're standing.
You are sitting now.
Okay.
Unless you're standing with your asses
sit.
hanging out.
My back hurts.
Wait a minute, John. What are you talking
I don't sit that often.
about? Go ahead, Steve. What do you got?
So I received in the mail this week a solicitation from a law firm
Oh, no.
saying, hey, we saw your property tax rate.
Beg
We
pardon?
saw the assessment of your house,
Okay.
and we think you are paying too much in property taxes. We will go and file some paperwork if you want us to get your assessment changed to have your property taxes reduced.
Oh,
And of course, they get paid out of whatever savings I would get
Yes.
from
that,
property tax.
that doesn't sound like a scam at all, Steve. That sounds like something you could dive right in, right?
Well, it's not a scam. I mean, it's a legit thing. But what pisses me off is, because I get these a fair amount, especially this time of year, tax season. When you go into an appeal of property tax rate, yes, you're trying to get it reduced. There's also the chance that the tax board may decide, hey, you know what?
We're going to go up. Yeah.
We're hiking you.
You got a little bit more grass than we thought you did.
Right. So my question is this, you lose the appeal as the law firm. It's semi-contingency work. You know, you get paid out of the savings. If there's no savings, they don't get paid, so they're out. Fine. But now I'm stuck with a higher property tax bill.
Yes.
Because of what you promised me. You gonna pay me for that?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta
Like,
pay-
what
Nope.
the hell?
like, what's going on there?
Nope.
Yeah.
And shame on you for sending that to a lawyer. Can't you look you up on the internet before you send it? Like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's just it seems to me there are, believe it or not, there are ethics rules that govern lawyers.
You're kidding.
we know about it. We know about it.
Yeah.
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 And I would imagine that a solicitation like this probably should have a disclaimer somewhere on it that says,
Yeah.
hey, there's a risk that you may actually have increased property taxes when we're all said and done.
Yeah.
So just be aware of that.
Mm.
And they don't seem to have it. And I'm like, you guys are, you know.
You should do it
somebody-
and just sue them.
Shouldn't be that.
Well, I mean, they're
hard.
like, oh, you could save $4,000 in property taxes. And I'm like, okay, so out of that, you're probably going to want $1,500 to $2,000.
Yeah.
For filing a bunch of papers, maybe doing 20 minutes worth of an argument.
Depends on the definition of what the word could is. You know, that kind of thing.
Right.
You could be saving.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and if they instead decide to hike me $1,000 a year,
Yeah.
are you going to pay me that $1,000 every year because you got me into this mess
Yeah.
for not telling me? I mean, I know this and you guys know it, but there are people out there who are going to get this. Oh man, I could save property tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, oops.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
this just, it aggravates me.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, there's good
When-
sides and bad sides to every business. And this is a bad side to soliciting people just to, hey, trust me,
Yeah.
with no disclaimer at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
All right. So moving on to topic one, since we're dealing with stupid people.
Yes.
Hey, that's a nice segue.
It's like we wrote this a couple days ago.
Right?
Well, you didn't have the over 40 then.
Nope.
That's
Why
right.
not? Didn't feel that.
Because
Yeah.
that solicitation came after pre-production.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, my Jedi mind tracks work really well.
It's predestined to
set
be that
before,
way.
exactly.
Right?
All right. Well, listen, no, it's not just you. People really are less smart than they used to be. I knew it.
I knew it too.
I knew it.
I knew it too. Yep.
All right. The Financial Times reports, and this is a futurism article, but they're quoting the Financial Times, I guess. Assessments show that people across age groups are having trouble concentrating and losing reasoning, problem solving, and information processing skills, all facets of the hard to pin down metric that intelligence is supposed to measure.
Mm.
University of Michigan suggests that young people are struggling with reduced attention spans and weakening critical thinking skills. Though there has been a demonstrably steep decline in cognitive skills since the COVID-19 pandemic due to the educational disruption it presented, these trends have been in evidence since at least the mid-2010s, suggesting that whatever is going on runs much deeper and has lasted far longer than the pandemic. One key indicator is the sharp decline in reading and the world's changing relationship to the way we consume information and media.
Mm.
Our relationship to information generally is shifting too. While there certainly are ways to use tech that doesn't cause harm to cognition, studies show that, quote, screen time as we know it today hurts verbal functioning in children and makes it harder for college-age adults to concentrate and retain information. Matt, as a corrupter of today's youth, how do you feel?
Well, I am not a corrupter.
How do you
of-
feel about this future?
I'm not a corrupter of today's youth. For one thing,
He bills for all those iPads they're shoving in their faces.
right? Good grief.
You work for an education company, do you not?
I most certainly do in the tech industry, yes. But no, it is a definite concern because I've seen it. I've seen the cognitive decline all over the place. And I can talk to my brother-in-law about this, and he would say, "Yep, it's pretty much true. I see it." The kids have been brought up with this. That's all they've been brought up. I could just Google anything on here, and it'll just pop right up. John,
Right or wrong?
Yeah. I don't know what you're trying to do, like Elizabeth Warren over there, but
I'm reading stuff.
oh, you read?
Sorry, why are you interrupting me?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
but
learning
are you
about
comprehending that? That's my
No,
question.
I was reading about the Declaration of Codependence.
It's a concern. It's a massive concern. It's something I've been concerned about probably in the workforce, definitely over the last 5 to 10 years, because it's something where everything has to be written down and you have to know what's in it in order to do your job. And my favorite is, well, I don't quite understand what that is, even though it's spelled out in plain English what you have to do.
Mhm.
That's a big problem. That's a huge issue. There are some bright spots. I do know, like a few young kids that I've run across that small group in my church, and they read constantly. They have their nose stuck in their books all over the place, and they love to read. I could just tell they love to read, which is good. You need that in the young group. They're not getting a smartphone shoved in their face. They're not getting an iPad. Here, I need you to do this through the iPad. I would be curious, really, to find out from both of you how you guys feel, because I mean, both of you are fathers in this age. What do you guys think of all of this? Do you see, like, with your children's friends, do you see something like that? Do you see something, okay, don't hang out with this person because this person's kind of a little stupid? Or like, what do you guys see, like, day to day is my question.
I defer to the gentleman from Texas who's currently in Pennsylvania, previously of Pennsylvania.
There you go.
I don't see much of that because the young kid doesn't have a phone, and the other older ones, the 3 older ones, don't. They do not take their phone seriously at all. I was just hanging out with my 2 boys. Their phone couldn't even find their phones. They were downstairs or over here, or over, like, they were. Where'd my phone go? I wanted to show you something. Like, nobody had it in their pocket, but they were raised that way to not do that. The one point I can make is I've been training in my business for a really long time, and I now understand why I brought this. I have had to adapt to this phone for work because the young kids coming up, 22, 23, 24, much rather input information on this than they would a laptop. And
As opposed to like reading a manual or something.
That blew my mind. Everything's on this.
Yeah.
Like, they're so used to the screen, they can efficiently work. And it blew my mind because I was like, oh, I got to change the way, because I trained a certain way. I trained the way that I learned, like you always do when you train the way you learned. And then I hit this kind of wall that was like, oh, wait a minute. They don't learn that way. You got to go this way. You got to figure out what they know. I could see the decline on just, I think 95% of the people in America right now, right at this moment, are just on their phone and not enjoying life. And I think 5% is actually enjoying life.
I thought you were going to say 95% of people are stupid.
Yeah, pretty much. I think everybody just gets into the TikTok or the Instagram or whatever their drug is. They just get into it, and that's what they do all day long. And I could totally see why that's declining. I deal with the public all the time. It's not a safe place. I'll just say that.
Certainly, I mean, to your point, I think that's a great point, John, really, with the Instagram, TikTok generation, a lot of swiping, a lot of this. But are they paging through a novel? Are they paging through a book?
No.
And the answer is no. I would agree. I think there is a lack of reading comprehension.
Absolutely.
That's certainly out there, or prevalent that's out there, and a lack of understanding.
Absolutely.
Certainly that's out there. And that has a lot to do with understanding where an author might be writing from or what someone might be transmitting on a piece of paper, that kind of a deal. If everything is just so instantaneous that you got this and you get a result within 30 seconds, you're not going to want to page through something where you got a page like where we grew up. It was all about card catalogs. You got to look to find it. Then you found it. And then you go to and you pull out the book, and then you're leafing through the book to try and get the information you need. It was totally different world back then. Crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Steve, I mean, what do you think there, bud?
Oh, people are absolutely stupider. And it's not just school stupid. It's like common sense stupid.
Yeah.
I feel like more and more there's just more people out there who don't use their brain, and thank God my kids see it and will tell me stories about this because my kids are smart, thank God. Uh,
Well,
but
that's
I mean,
genetics. I mean, you're smart.
That's a result of actual whipping. So going over there in the Murray household.
It's genetics. The fact that him and his wife are smart.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, you produce smart kids.
Well, there you go. There you go. Ding, ding, ding. Right.
right, but I also emphasize, being smart and doing your work.
Oh, you have to.
Oh,
Yeah, you
absolutely.
have to.
Studying.
Yeah.
You have to.
I don't, and I encourage reading. They don't unfortunately do it as much anymore, just because school and getting up early. I would have them read before bedtime.
Mm.
But they were doing it at a young age, so they learned how to do it, and they hopefully received the cognitive benefit of that.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
But they come and they tell me stories about what they see at school, and it's like, you guys are freaking morons. I'm glad this article affirms
Yeah.
my view of the world, that people are getting dumber, and it's not just me perceiving that in my own glee. It is
It's
literally
scientifically
actually
proven.
happening.
Of your own glee. I love that. Love that phrase. So, I mean, the question then is, what do we do? How do we try and get ourselves out of this? Right. I mean, do we try and force? Well, I mean, you don't want to force anything, but how do we encourage reading in our kids?
You have to force it.
Is that something that you have to do?
That's why my 11-year-old will not have a cell phone until he can pay for it.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm not buying it. I don't care. It's not. You were not.
That world's not for you.
Yeah, that world is
Mhm.
not for you.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good.
My kids got their phones when they reached an age where they had to do it to be able to communicate with
Mm-hmm.
their friends. So before that, obviously that wasn't an issue. When they had it, shuts off at a time of the night that I deem it so.
Yes.
And
That's
so
wonderful.
they don't have access to it. And I'm like, well, before you go to bed, you got to spend time reading half an hour.
There you go.
Yeah, you got to. It's just. It's the. I think the absence of parent.
Well,
Um,
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm not taking
Yes.
shots at anybody, but that is absolutely
that's a factor.
why we're.
Mhm.
That's why we're in the boat we are as a society.
No question.
But I think coming back to that, especially us getting older, having kids, and understanding, hey, maybe that wasn't a good idea. I'm going to change it. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go that way. People will, I think we will be able to get back, but definitely shutting the phones down and I barely look at my phone. I have 2 rings on my phone. It's when you guys text me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's when Amber texts me.
Mm.
And other than that, you either go straight to voicemail or I see you 3 days later.
Yeah.
Because when I get back to the hotel or I get back to home, this thing is, I don't want it. I have no interest in social media. I have no interest in anything.
Yeah.
So go over there. And I'm gonna have a conversation with my wife that might be way more productive than being on the internet seeing some stupid.
That's the same. I think for me, I make sure that whether I'm around the church that I go to, that basically turns into focus mode, and all the notifications, unless you're an emergency contact, goes to silent. And
what it
that's
should.
intentional, right?
Yeah, that's
that's
what
an
it should.
intentional thing, and that should be also. That needs to happen at work for me as well. That really does need to happen. Unless you're an emergency contact. Otherwise, you're here. I'm here all the time. It's like, okay, I'll get texts from you guys. It's no problem. But the main concentration point is having that main concentration point where if you're working, okay, now I need to focus and I need to do it to the very best of my ability. Shut off all distractions. That's great. If it's something like with Steve, which I absolutely love the fact that you have that control, that you're able to shut off the phones. Right? I mean, that's fantastic. That's evil. But it's evil for a good purpose.
Yes.
I guess.
Hey, sometimes
In an ironic way.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be bad to be good.
Yeah, you gotta be good.
Look, there's as much as I enjoy as a parent, being a friend with my kids, I also understand that there are times that I have to be an adult and a parent, and you can't just be buddy. Sometimes you have
Gotta
to
set down the law.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Now, as far as the reading aspect goes, I think the key there is you have to start them in the habit early.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, like when
Yes.
they were real young, we would read a book
Mm-hmm.
at bedtime before they would go to sleep.
Parents did the same
As-
thing with me when I was 4.
Right.
Yeah.
And as they got older, it's like, okay, you're old enough now, you can read it to yourself.
Mhm.
And so I would have them read it to me, and then I would extract myself and they would read. And so that just kind of gets them into the habit of it.
That's
And,
massive.
I
That's
think
massively
that's
important.
the way you have to approach it.
No question. Yeah, I would agree.
And I'll give you gentlemen the getting old story I have from 2 nights ago.
Oh, here we go.
Went to Target and I broke down. I was in the section that had the reading glasses. I'm like,
no.
I
See what
sometimes
old
I do
Parrot
get a
can
little
pull out
tired
over
of holding
here. Yeah.
things
Yes.
this far away from my face. I'm like, let me check it out. So I went over and I was like, I put some on. I'm like, that actually is a good improvement. And then I had my Willie Mays Hayes moment. Looked at the price tag, went, reading ain't that important.
Yes, sir.
Oh, goodness.
$20 for reading glasses. Damn.
Damn.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hell
Bring that
yeah.
down a smidge.
Yeah. Just a touch. Yeah.
There used to be $1.
Right?
Right.
That's what I was told. It's like, $5-10 will get you a decent pair of reading glasses. Like, okay, fine, I'll check it out. Nope, $20. No. Get the hell out of here.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I think I only need 1.25 anyway. But
Yeah.
Oh,
I
there you
got
go.
pushed out of reading glasses this year.
Did you really?
With my new glasses? Yeah.
So you-
I had to go to Progressives. He was
Same.
he was not playing around.
Yeah, it's the
He
same.
was
with
like,
me.
you no more reading glasses. You're
Mhm.
done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like you as a doctor because you're giving it to me straight.
I'll tell you something though. When you first get them,
Oh, they're worse.
oh, they
They're
are the
They're
worst to go through, Steve. Let me tell you, they are, because it's the distortion that is just, you
Oh,
have to get used to it. And it's like, it takes you what, like 2-3 days for you to.
Hey, yeah, it took a couple days.
Yeah.
It took a couple days.
well, I don't have any problems with my eyesight generally.
bless you.
It's
it's
just the
reading.
old,
Yeah.
it's the reading because all
Yeah.
old people
Yep.
lose the ability to
Lose-
focus on up
Yes.
close stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
But I'm holding the reading glasses, looking at the thing, and then somebody says something to me, and I turn. I go, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, oh no.
All right, Willie Mays Hayes to the Phillies. Guess what? The 2025 Major League Baseball season is upon us. In fact, it already started because some teams played in Japan.
How dare
'Cause
they?
We have to.
And of
do
course it
this
was the
right.
Dodgers. I mean, for
Of
God's
course it was
sakes,
the
yeah,
Dodgers.
it's
That's where all the-
ridiculous.
Because
Where
they
the
get all
money's
the
coming from.
Japanese players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Where the money's coming from.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Major League Baseball season has started. The Phillies open for you people tomorrow. For us, it's still 4 days away.
Yeah.
I know when we concluded last season, we were all like, yeah, there's going to be some major changes. Nope.
Nada.
Not a one.
We shouldn't say that. Okay,
There have
so
been minor changes. Yeah.
brought in former Marlins pitcher Jesus Luzardo,
Okay.
coming off an injury, but supposed to be a pretty good arm. Also in, now I forget his name. Damn, the outfielder. Oh, Max Kepler
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
is in. Also on the bullpen, Jordan Romano in. Former Toronto Blue Jay, also coming off of an injury last season.
Oh.
Out, I don't know who was out. Hoffman,
Hoffman left.
Jeff Hoffman left.
Who was that guy? Former Detroit pitcher, closer. Oh, I
Soto?
know. Soto.
Soto.
He's
Soto,
gone.
yeah, Soto's gone.
He's gone.
Not the type of changes I was looking for. Let me just say that.
Yeah, it has me
agreed.
has me a little concerned, gents. I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of this season.
Certainly, the starting pitching is improved with Luzardo, and given that Ranger Suarez is starting the season on IL, that's good insurance. Good thing we brought this guy in.
Yes.
So maybe the starting pitching is about the same as it was last year because Taijuan Walker is going to slot into spot number 5. God help us all.
God help us all.
I mean, 4 games, he'll be fine.
With a 70 ERA, though, John, I mean, that's me a little concerned.
He's only going to pitch 4 games.
Right. But your starting pitching of Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, Jesus Luzardo, Christopher Sanchez, and presumably Ranger Suarez.
Yep.
That's fine.
Pretty good rotation.
Very good rotation. Rotation was not the problem this
Nope.
postseason. Bullpen, some interchangeable parts. Jose Alvarado throwing at 102 already this spring and had a lights out spring training, so that's looking good. But bullpen wasn't totally the problem last postseason.
No.
It was a very good bullpen. In the postseason, it did have its struggles, but it had been good all season, so it was kind of unusual to see it that way.
Kind of fell apart at the end of the year. Yeah.
Right, but it had been great all season, so it was kind of unusual.
Yeah, exactly.
The lineup, though, is where we saw the main struggles. Kind of free swinging. And
kind of
that
free
has not
swinging again.
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Kepler, as I understand it, you're moving Marsh to center field on a pretty much day-to-day basis. Because Kepler's going to left field on a pretty much day-to-day basis.
Okay.
Which leaves Johan Rojas as a bench player, which is probably where he belongs.
Agreed.
Given that he hits no better than a pitcher when he's at the plate. Tremendous fielder, but hey, you need those in the 9th inning. You don't need them for a full 9.
Yeah.
And then you have Castellanos and Wright. So
yeah,
who everybody
ironically enough,
Yeah.
Ironically enough, was the most consistent hitter in the postseason.
Right. And
which is the biggest free swinger.
Right, exactly. Just avoid that slider low and away, Nick, and you should be fine. I mean, that's the thing with him.
Yeah, so I mean, let's start. Alec Boehm is back. What do you think of that? John, I'll go to you first.
It's concerning. I think he hit his ceiling 2 years ago. I don't think he's very good defensively, but he's a home run threat. So, I mean, if they're hitting, they're fine. If they're not hitting, they're not fine. I don't blame anybody else but the lineup for their do's and don'ts. Like they're just streaky hitters, and if we're running back with this, I think maybe we get a win or two more. But like Alec Boehm is an adequate third baseman. That's about it.
The question is he the third baseman who was very good and made the All-Star team? Or is it post All-Star game Alec Boehm?
He's a little bit in between.
He fell off a cliff.
Yeah, he's kind of in between.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he suffered a hand injury towards the end of the year, and that did affect his play big time. Yeah, and especially in the postseason, he could not hit the ball at all. He was coming off that injury as well. I don't know what to make of Alec Boehm. I'm with you, John. I'm not sure what to make of him. I think it's a make or break year for him, personally. I think this is something where, okay, he's been an all-star. Has he been fully healthy for a full year? I don't know. I don't think he has been. Since he's been called up, probably not. But I think it's a make or break for him. I think if he could get into if he could hit 25 home runs and have over 100 RBIs, I'm very happy with that out of my third baseman. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I agree. But I think the problem that we saw in the playoffs was, and it's not just, we're not just talking, I mean, not him, obviously. It's other guys in the lineup as well who were swinging at absolute garbage from the Mets pitchers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we the hope had been we would get a couple bats for the lineup that even if they aren't the same power-wise, at least would be more consistent about putting the ball in play.
Moving the runners first to third. Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't know that Max Kepler moves the needle on that front.
Definitely does not.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. And whether or not Dombrowski has another move or two. Although I don't see it. It's
Well, not before the season starts.
yeah,
No,
definitely
they're-
not
they're
before the
running-
season
deadline.
starts. Yeah.
I feel they're running this back, and if they're awful,
Mm.
he'll make changes. But if they're on par with every year in the Bryce Harper era, they've gotten better and gotten better and gotten better.
In the
but
regular
also-
season.
But also has failed in the playoffs consistently.
Keep stepping back in the postseason, which is not what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Right.
would rather them have a subpar season, get in, and get hot. Because
Run it back to 2022,
it
baby.
would be way more successful.
Yeah, exactly. Run it back to 2022.
I don't think
Right.
anybody cares, media, fans, I don't think anybody cares about the regular season. That's just to figure yourself out to get to the playoffs. And I hope that this team has finally learned that. Get in and go win instead of doing what they've done, like, we got 93 wins or whatever. We got
Or we got the first round bye.
yeah, we
or
got the first
whatever.
round bye. We got
Yeah.
all this. Just get in and win.
I would like to get in without having it come down to the
Yeah.
final weekend of the season, obviously.
Yeah, agreed.
You have Bryce Harper, so you would hope that you would bypass that.
Right. Another significant change to the roster that I forgot to mention. Garrett Stubbs out as backup catcher, which is important because JT Realmuto is getting old. Speaking of needing reading glasses, and we can't have him behind the plate for 120 games a season.
No.
And so the backup catcher spot, at least for now, falls on Rafael Marchand, who to me has the upgrade there, I think, is in the bat.
Yes.
Big
batted,
time.
Is
Big
it
time.
not?
Yeah.
batted
big time.
294 last year. I mean, that was massive. And, everybody was wondering, especially, I think JT was on the IL for at least a couple weeks, if not a month.
I think it was like
6
a good
weeks.
6
maybe?
weeks.
It was
Yeah,
a
I think
long,
it was a good
long
6
time.
weeks.
Yeah.
it was a
And
while.
he came in and filled him very admirably between him and Stubbs. And so it was very clear, and especially batted well when you're facing off against Garrett Stubbs head to head. So, I mean, clearly earned a promotion. Good on him to do that. But yeah, now it's like, okay, back up now. And then Garrett is now down to AAA and very popular in the locker room. But at the same time, it's like, what have you done for us lately? Right. At the end of the day with him.
Yeah.
That's been the
I
big
know he's a
question with him.
I know he's a good chemistry guy, but you can't bat like 212.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No.
No,
We
you
can't have that.
No. You got to move those runners. So that's the thing. That's what a 250 hitter does. And it's like you get up at the right time. You can move that runner from first to third. That kind of a deal, or get that single, that kind of a deal. He was more of a ground ball hitter, and 212 batting average certainly does not help. You're right, Steve.
No.
You're exactly right.
And as we learned, Bryson Stott also apparently had suffered an elbow injury last year.
Mhm.
So if we presume, this is completely hypothetical here.
Yes.
If we presume Stott stays healthy,
Mhm.
Bohm stays healthy,
Right.
Real Muto can not log, the majority of games behind the plate, throwing out his knees, and Marchand can fill in for him on a more regular basis and provide some more offense. Is this lineup better? And is it better suited to perform than it was last postseason?
I think it all goes on Trey Turner. And I hate to say that, but it's like he's got to develop into that where he was like with Los Angeles. That kind of a player where he was a dynamic force at the top of the lineup. And I feel like ever since he signed that contract, like he's had to have like boosts from the fan base to kind of get him going. And he had the same problem last year. There was always that little bit of a lull last year, and too much of a home run attempts, too many home run attempts with his swing. The guy can run. It's like, put the ball in the gap, right? I mean, that's what I want to see more out of Trey Turner at the top of the lineup, is put the ball in play in between the gaps where you could use your speed and get on second base and get a threat going. And that's what I think what was clearly lacking with the Phillies in 2024. Clearly. there was too much station to station, and there was way too much swinging and missing, obviously. But I think it all depends on what Trey Turner does. I think if he hits well, the team is right back, and they're probably going to win the division. But he doesn't hit well, then we're looking at second place, probably touching a wild card. Because I mean, I think we're probably the best wild card team in the National League. The question is, are we good enough to be one of the top 3 in all of the National League? And does that mean that we qualify as a bye? I don't have the answer to that question. I don't know.
John, the rumor has been up here that maybe they're going to put Turner at the 1 spot and move Kyle Schwarber out. Are you yay or nay on that one?
That's a tough one. Because our win percentage with Kyle Schwarber is pretty high at the 1. And do you want to lose all that? Does it make for more functional baseball with Trey Turner at number 1? Absolutely. But I don't know. And this team, I think that's the general consensus. The city is we're not sure.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same team, but it's not the same team. We could find little details with that. But are we just running it back and hoping for the best? That team was pretty good last year. Should that team have beat the Mets? Probably.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna run it back, keep it simple, stupid, and just run it back with a couple little changes. And I absolutely agree with the left field moving Marsh to the center field. He's earned it at this point. And he's been hitting better.
Yeah.
So he's not a liability as he once was when he came from the Angels. He's more of a functional player you could put in the lineup. So he deserves to be in that center field spot. And I think he's a decent center fielder. So running it back, I'm fine with running it back, but I'm not expecting anything other than the result that you gave me last time if you're running it back. I'm okay with it. Bryce Harper's the general manager. I get it. I like him. He's fine.
Plate discipline, people. Plate discipline.
Yeah.
All right. So considering all that, how many wins are we calling for the 2025 season, Matt?
I'm going to say 90, which would mean that they are probably going to be a wild card team. I think the Braves rebound. And I think the Mets had fool's gold. I think that whole run in 2024, they're not as good. Even adding Juan Soto and that ridiculous contract that they gave him.
I think that hurts him, actually.
I think it hurts him, too. I mean, it showed in their spring training. He's not a good fielder, and it's going to cost him. It's going to cost him like a good handful of games in the regular season. I think you're right, John.
He's going to have a good year. I just don't think the team is.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think they're probably second place NL East, and it really comes down to, are they going to be hot when it comes September? That's what it comes down to. It always comes to September. And if you're playing great baseball by then, you got a chance to win. You got a real good chance to win. It all comes down to that. But I'm calling 90 wins, Steve.
90 wins in wild card. John, how about you?
How many did they win last year?
95.
95.
It's exactly how many they're going to get this year.
John's running it back with the win total, too.
They're totally just at the...
So that would put them at the top of the division.
Yeah.
So you're calling NL East champs?
Yep.
Okay.
All
right. I'm going to go one more than Matt. I'll say 91.
Okay.
I think they'll have a more even distribution of wins this time, though, as opposed to piling them all up in the first half.
Yeah,
and
makes sense.
Going 500 the rest of the way. I think they will.
Wild card or division winner?
At 91, I think they're a wild card. I agree with you. I think the Braves are probably going to rebound.
Because they're that dark horse team that you just have to watch with that team right now, and how well they rebound coming off of Strider's injury last year, and then they've had a lot of missing pieces. But their big piece, obviously, Freddie Freeman, he's playing in Los Angeles in a ridiculous contract, and we don't need to get into the Dodgers, and they suck.
Right. So, all right. So 90, 91, 95. What do you think is the ultimate result of the 2025 season for the Phillies?
I think they make it to the division series losing in 5. I don't think they
okay.
make the NLCS with this current roster.
Who do you think they lose to in that NLCS? I mean,
Could
assuming
be
they
the
stay healthy-
Dodgers. Could be the Dodgers. Could be the Braves. But I think if they run against the Dodgers, they're dead. I don't think they've got a shot against the Dodgers at all. But that's what I'm thinking. Like if they're top wild card, maybe they play against. I think would probably play against Milwaukee. So that might give them a chance to go to the NLCS. You know, that kind of.
Well,
deal.
no.
Or no, they would go to the
'cause-
division. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they go to the division round, but lose in 5.
So the same as last year.
Yeah, same as last year.
All
Yeah.
right, John, how about you? You running it back for that as well?
Gonna have to because there's not much difference.
I think it all comes down to Trey Turner. I really do believe that. If he plays well, guys, he might be the catalyst to get us over the top.
Yeah, if he hits 301 with, a bunch of RBIs and
Yeah,
it would
gets on base and
juice
scores
the-
a tons of
It would
runs.
juice the lineup.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have no problem with Trey Turner. I think he's a streaky hitter. He's always been a streaky hitter. I don't think he's what we think he is. Well, me personally, I think I know what he is. But I think he's been sold as a superstar, and I don't think he's a superstar. I never did think he's a superstar. He's very streaky. He's awesome for half the year. He's also really bad. He's a bad fielder at times. Like he just gets in these lulls. But that's always been him. That was him in Washington. That's him in LA. That's him now. I don't worry about him so much. If he's a 2-hole hitter, he's a 2-hole hitter. Like that's what he is. And sometimes he's great and sometimes he's not.
Steve, what do you think?
All right. I will say they're not going to run into the dumbass Lucky Mets in the division series. So I will have them losing in the NLCS.
Okay.
To those Las Vegas Golden Knight
Dodgers.
Fill
in the blanks. Yeah.
And their silly cap dodging payroll.
Yes.
Where Shohei Ohtani's making peanuts right now. And deferring, which is ridiculous. And MLB should sanction them severely.
And all of a sudden, like I think in the next 2 years, that CBA is up. And guess what's going to happen? Like Manfred walks away, and holy crap, there's going to be a ton of crap to have to deal with.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, in that regard. So, which is going to be awful. And we'll see.
All right, so none of us have them winning the World Series, so that means they'll win the World Series.
Exactly.
Well, we'll celebrate in October. What the hell?
Well, it's just like the Eagles, man.
Yeah,
None of us picked
exactly.
them to win the Super Bowl.
That's right.
And there they went.
There they went. That's right. Keeping you up?
Yeah.
Do I need to get you coffee? Like, what the hell?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if you need coffee, you should visit our website. Not that that's going to help you in any way whatsoever.
Whatsoever.
We'll sell you coffee.
Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. We'll have our own. We'll have our own Two Noobs brand coffee. That'd be something,
There you go.
wouldn't it? Yeah.
When I go down the valley, I'll start stealing beans.
John's going to personally hand grind your coffee.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and throw it in your face if you don't like it.
But in the meantime, if you go to our website, you will be able to watch old episodes going all the way back to episode 140 on the website. If you want to see something before that, it will take you to our YouTube channel where we need you to like, share, and subscribe. Not or, and. All three of them.
Yes.
You can do it.
You can do it.
You can.
Elbow
John will
drops,
drop,
if not, yeah.
John will drop elbows in your coffee.
Randy Savage elbows.
There you go.
There you go.
From the top rope.
And listen, while you're on our website, there is on the homepage a little box. And if you put your email in that box, no, that does not get you special ground Two Noobs coffee. What that does get you is into the know so that when I drop a new episode on the website, you will be notified just so you can go there immediately to watch it whenever I happen to post it. I'm good. I actually posted last week's.
I'm very happy for you. I'm very proud of you.
Okay.
How about
Thank
that?
you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. But did I tell you it's Two Noobs talking.wordpress.com?
There you go.
Just in case I forgot, because sometimes I forget things.
You're only human.
That's right. And you're not
It's too-
perfect. Did you get that? You're not perfect over there.
That was really loud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's Two Noobs talking.wordpress.com.
There you go.
Because sometimes I forget things. And all right, topic 3, because sometimes I forget things.
Yeah.
Uh,
You keep saying that phrase. I don't know why.
oh, sorry. Better than organizational metabolism.
Yes.
Oh goodness! By the way, that is a real phrase, Steve. I did look it up. I think I sent it to you, right? My dad actually looked it up in Google.
Oh yes.
And yeah, thanks, Dad. I really appreciate that.
Hey, it's Googleable, just like us.
It's crazy. Oh my gosh, crazy.
You
Anyway,
gonna give us the definition?
no, I'm not giving you the definition.
Okay,
It's
fine.
too late at night. Give me
Fine.
a
All
break.
right.
And he's in airplane mode, so he doesn't.
Yeah,
miss it.
exactly.
Oh yeah. So you don't interrupt again.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Let's move on to topic 3, popular mechanics. Oops. Scientists have severely miscalculated how many humans are on Earth.
No, really?
Right? A new study suggests that the impressive nature of humanity's proliferation may have been vastly underreported. Most estimates place Earth's human population at around 8.2 billion, but Josias Lang Ritter, a postdoctoral researcher at Aalto University in Finland, claims that these estimates could be underrepresenting rural areas by a significant margin. We were surprised to find that the actual population living in rural areas is much higher than the global population data indicates, depending on the data set. Rural populations have been underestimated by between 53% to 84% over the period studied. Nick Cannon is personally responsible for 40% of that.
Yes.
Why? A widespread underrepresentation of rural populations across the world could have profound impacts on those communities, as censuses are central to figuring out how to divvy up resources.
That'd be Sensei for short.
I was going to say. However, not everyone is convinced by this research. Stuart Geidel Baston.
Sounds like an answer.
Well, apparently everybody who studies world populations has a hyphenated last name.
Yes.
From the
That's the first question you have to answer before you get your degree.
Is your name hyphenated?
Yeah.
Yes. You're off to study global population. There you go.
it's like when you're named Jeeves, you become a butler. So
Exactly.
Stuart is from the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, or HKUST,
That sounds
and
expensive.
told New Scientist that while increased investment in rural population data collection would be beneficial, the idea that Earth could contain a few billion more human inhabitants
Whoa.
than we thought is extremely unlikely. When trying to count such a massive population, a few hundred or maybe even a few thousand may slip through the cracks, but a few million or even billion would upend our understanding of human occupation on this planet. I don't know, Matt, is it 8 billion or is it more?
I'm going to say it's 8 billion. I don't know if it's been underreported, overreported. I personally don't care. I think it's kind of a weird thing to argue about. I think that's why we put it in the weird file, because it is kind of weird to argue about the whole thing. It is a good thing to have more people, obviously. Get more.
Is it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think so. There might be some.
I'm with John. I disagree. I'd rather it was more like 5 billion and they all live in the Eastern Hemisphere.
Kind of like more to move around. Maybe you have more room in coach. Maybe
Exactly.
when you're flying airplanes that crash on the ground. But no, I don't know if it is under or over reported. To be perfectly honest, it's fascinating. The fact that they think that, especially in the rural areas of the countries that are around, that it's underreported. Very fascinating. In particular, I don't know how.
Damn.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I don't know how that is even really remotely possible, especially when you have censuses and censi that's going around and counting up on everybody. Like, what's going on there?
Oh, because those aren't
Yeah.
mistaken or corrupt
No.
in any way.
No, not at all.
Bless you again.
Thank
Bless
you.
you. getting allergic over
My
here.
allergies over. I'm allergic to Matt. I'm gonna have to cut this recording.
Yeah,
We,
exactly.
we figured that out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious, obviously, what you guys have to say in regards to this, but to each his own. That's my whole point with this. I don't know.
I have trust issues. So I don't
I'm
trust
sorry.
other guy and other guy. Like, yes, of course, there's more people because what is the saying? You can't see the forest through the trees.
Yes.
And that's where most of them are. Yeah, I think there's significantly more people on the planet than we can, whatever word you were using over there.
Censuses,
Yes,
sensei.
yeah, all the bullshit,
All the
government
BS.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't believe in any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, are there more people? Is it a billion? I mean, are you counting all the clones? Then we could probably get there.
Maybe.
But-
Are we
Right.
counting butt-touching robots?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right?
saying. Like, are we counting robots and clones?
Like
Then
what-
I could get to an extra billion or two.
Yeah.
But I don't trust any of you people, so stop posting this shit on the internet.
Well, certainly it's of a concern because if there are,
Mhm.
the whole idea is, well, if we know it's 8 billion, now we know how to rationalize resources. And if it's significantly more than that, you're probably going to have a lot of people starving and
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's the word when you don't have enough to drink?
Malnutrition or dehydration. basically.
Dying of dehydration
Mhm.
because there's not enough potable water.
Yeah, for sure.
Which happens all over the country now with the 8 billion.
Yeah.
All over
exactly.
the world.
Yeah,
with 8
world. Yeah,
billion,
oh, sure. Yeah.
I do think it would be funny if it's like, oh, there's 2 billion more people on Earth than we previously thought, and then all of a sudden things seem a little more crowded.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
they just
But
come
they're
out of
water
nowhere.
people, so they've actually figured
Right.
out how to do everything.
Right.
Saves
Did
the
they
world.
count? Did they count the people in Atlantis? Is my question.
Ah, see?
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll have to
I
swim to
don't know
get
if
down
that
there.
counts.
Yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
to swim to get down
Yeah,
there.
you go ahead. You
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
But
I'm not going either.
Water's dumb.
Yeah.
if it turns out that there are 1 billion people that they missed in counting,
Like that's
I'm
got,
going to seriously question the scientific community.
Yes.
there's got to be a fireable offense, right? I mean, if you miss
Absolutely.
1 billion people like that, it's crazy.
My only question is Fauci in charge of counting? Because I could see that.
Yeah,
Right.
possibly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, only he did it out of malfeasance and not just general stupidity.
Yeah.
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 If you are tasked with counting the number of people on this planet, and everyone else is arriving at 8 billion,
Mhm.
and you're like 10, it's like, where are your other 2 billion people? And you're like,
They were working from home.
Well, you see, it's out in the rural area, and we had to make sure that people weren't hiding under the hay bales. That kind of-
Mountains.
right?
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so dumb.
It's,
Oh.
well, I could only, they were obscured by trees. I can't see them.
Can't see the forest through trees. Sorry.
The scientific method allows for tolerances, and this is a billion more people. That's I can't trust Matt with percentages. I forgot.
It seems very
him.
irrational.
That's way higher than a tolerance
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
for a scientific study.
And if you go out and count them and you get eaten, it's -1, -20. So
Right? Yeah.
you run into cannibal, the cannibals don't get counted, and you're gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
It's a slippery slope we're getting into now.
Oh, goodness. That also
Yeah.
kind of makes me wonder too, like if we're undercounting us, how many like other species are undercounted? Like I'm thinking of like the bald eagle, or I'm thinking of
I'm
like,
just saying, so many things when it stink when we were in teenage years, and now they're
Mhm.
back.
now they're back.
So I don't know. I don't
Right.
trust anybody at this point with
Yeah.
counting.
Yeah.
They're like one,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I saw another one.
Oh wait, was that
And
the
they
same
have-
one? I don't know.
Yeah, right. It
And
flew
as-
around them and they counted it.
As they're counting, somebody else is being a dick and be like 27, 64, 33. Like, damn it, I lost count.
Damn it all!
And they were just,
That,
it's a
that
government.
one's dead already. I can't count that one anymore.
It's a government job, so I just wrote it down and sent it in. Nobody cares.
Right.
And then Elon just found it.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness.
that's probably the bigger concern. Is it's all government jobs being used to count these things.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. That
That
doesn't even
seems
sound like you.
suspicious.
Suspicious and also very expensive to your point, John.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Aren't you worried about China?
yeah. Especially your up north neighbor, right?
They're already part of China.
Yes.
That's
they
right. I
are.
forgot about that. Yeah.
Hey, March Madness started this weekend. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're-
My bracket's completely destroyed.
You had a bracket?
Yeah, I have one, but I think if I come in last place, I get a free Frosty, which I'm not going to complain about. If I get a free
well,
Frosty from work, I'm all good with that.
Frosties are
You
tasty.
get a free Frosty coming in last place. I would totally sabotage my bracket.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Frosties are
what was it, like
tremendous.
$3 or something like that? You could get it. So yeah, it's like, oh my
I would-
gosh.
All the 1 seeds would be out in the first round.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm picking the 16s to go all the way.
All the way to
baby.
the championship, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Hell yeah! All right,
Great
well,
stuff.
Who cares? Anyway, we're going to topic 4. We're taking a different significant event that happened this weekend. Disney, after much not acclaim, what's the opposite of acclaim?
Consternation? No, kidding.
Consternation and controversy.
Yeah.
Finally released its live-action remake of Snow White, and it did just as predicted. Only $43 million, which is a huge bust for a movie with a $300 million budget.
Wow.
Pre-marketing.
Oh,
Yikes.
Yeah.
God, that's just trash, is what that is.
Yeah.
That's
And it-
unbelievable.
And I watched the Critical Drinkers review.
Yeah.
Understandably harsh on it.
Yeah.
But we could see that coming.
Yeah.
So we're going to teach here in topic 4. We're going to teach Disney a lesson.
Oh, God.
We're
We-
trying.
We are mistakenly going to try to do some live-action remakes of Pixar films. Why? I don't know. But we're going to do it
We're
anyway.
bored on a Thursday.
Exactly. That's right. We have nothing else better to do. Why not?
Right. So we have each chosen a Pixar film to advance into the live-action realm. Matt, who has the #1 overall pick in our actor draft, can't all pick the same people.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Matt has the #1 pick. He will be doing the OG of Pixar films. That would be Toy Story.
Yeah.
So he needs to draft, and we worked this out. He needs to draft a Woody, a Buzz Lightyear, Mr. Potato Head,
Yep.
Rex the Dinosaur, Bo Peep,
There you go.
Ham, the piggy bank, and the antagonist, Sid the Bully, who tries to launch Buzz Lightyear into space on his rocket.
How dare he? Right?
John has the last pick of the. I know, right?
Yeah.
John has the last pick of the first round, but the first pick of the second round. So it's Snake. He comes
Oh,
over.
there you go.
He has chosen Monsters Inc. as his Pixar film, and so he will need to fill in the roles of Sullivan, Mike Wazowski, Roz, what was her job?
She's the paperwork, but turned out to be
Yeah.
the FBI agent or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. She was agent #1.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes,
Nice.
that's right.
Nice.
You didn't fill in your paperwork. The villain Randall Boggs, previously played by Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
Oh crap! You swapped out Boo for
The two
I wish I had their
doofuses. I
names.
can't remember their name.
the janitorial staff.
Yes. Yes.
Was
Yes.
the janitors. So John actually gets a twofer for that.
Yes.
He also has to draft a Mr. Waternoose, the head boss who gets in trouble. Spoiler alert. And Mike Wazowski's girlfriend Celia, the Medusa
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Also the receptionist at Monsters Inc.
Yes.
Nice.
For a lack of other options, chose The Incredibles.
There you go.
So I need to fill in a Bob Parr, also known as Mr. Incredible, a Helen Parr, also known as Elastigirl, a Frozone, the villain Syndrome, his sidekick Mirage, Edna Mode, responsible for designing the costumes for all these superheroes.
No
in that
capes.
film. No capes. That's right. Very good. And last but not least, Bob's supervisor at the insurance company he works for, who gets thrown through a wall. And I have the second pick of every round because that's just me.
That's wild. Yeah.
Okay, so you got to pick live actors today because we're filming this year.
No, yeah.
So they got to be able to do it now. No Gene Hackman. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah.
So with the first pick in the draft, you get to select whichever actor or actress you would like to fill the roles. Where would you like to start?
Well, so we have Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger action figure, Andy's
That's
second favorite toy, big time hero, right? So I need a big time hero. And who better to fill that hero than Dave Bautista? You thought I was going to go Arnold, right? You thought I was going to go Arnold.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
Dave Bautista is going to be my Buzz Lightyear, which I think works for him. Big time.
I don't remember Buzz Lightyear being that built. Okay.
Well, you have
I'm
you
Buzz
seen
Lightyear.
have you seen Batista now? He's slimmed down to like 160 pounds. He's not even close to what he
I
was
did hear
back then
that.
as wrestler. Yeah. He looks ridiculous, but that's just besides the point.
Okay.
Go there. There you go.
All right. Very well.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it comes to me, first round pick. I feel like I should fill out some of the actresses for me because that will be the harder one to do, and I don't need you people stealing. So I'm going to fill the role of Helen Parr, Elastigirl, and I needed an actress who is old enough to have teenage children, but could still, has the spunk for fighting crime. So I'm going to go with Amy Adams for Elastigirl.
Oh, nice. Nice. Good selection.
Good choice.
Yeah. All right, John.
All right, John, wrapping out the first round.
With my
What's your
first pick for Mr. Water Noose, I'm going with the only actor that could play him is Gary Oldman, because you'll believe it.
I should have known.
It wouldn't be with a John movie without a Gary Oldman
Exactly.
appearance in it, right?
He's
No, that's
the
right.
greatest actor of all time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
This is true.
I need a villain. I got a
Gary
villain.
Oldman. Yeah.
There you go. I'm kind of surprised if you needed a villain, you used him for Mr. Water Noose and not Randy Boggs. As much
I mean,
as
he could be a
chameleon,
wizard just as much as he could be whatever the hell that guy was.
Yeah. That was the thing about Monsters Inc. There was a lot of monsters where you're like, yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
He's kind of like half spider or something.
I want to change. I don't want to do the two dopey kids anymore. I want to do that orange guy that got shaved because I got a better.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Oh,
I
nice.
forget his name. I
Okay.
forget his name, but I want to change that.
I think his name is George.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. All right.
I
so
totally
you're gonna-
I totally need George in it. I was just
you
thinking of
absolutely,
that.
you absolutely. I love George. George was awesome. Poor guy. Although he does get his revenge at the end.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Totally.
Nice.
23-19. 23-19. All right. Second round, back to you, John. So which role do you want to fill this time around?
I'm gonna go Sully with taking a page out of your book.
There you go.
The Rock. This is the only big thing that could count.
Nice. Nice.
And I would love to paint him in fur and disgrace him. So I don't like him very much. So.
Oh, goodness. That's awesome.
And Sully's got good one-liners. Reminds me of The Rock and the Ring. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Okay,
It actually
okay.
might be an improvement for The Rock.
I
to
think
paint him
so.
all in
I think it'd be the best movie he was ever in.
Yeah.
Blue and purple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So the Brahma Bull is the
Okay.
Brahma, I don't know what you would call him.
He's definitely
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of monster Sully is.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. That's
But The Rock, you're in it.
Okay.
Love it. Love it. Steve, what do you got there, bud?
I was just sorry. I on the same page where I'm writing all this down. I have when we did the Bond recasting,
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
and John did have Gary Oldman, but I took The Rock. And
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
There you
Nice.
quite odd job,
Nice.
just because I didn't want him to talk. Okay, back to me. Second round, I'm going to fill in the other actress where I worry that you might steal her from me. So I'm going to fill the role of Mirage, Syndrome's sidekick, who recruits Mr. Incredible to the island. And I'm going to fill that role with Ana de Armas.
There you go.
Nice.
There you
Very nice. All right.
All right, Matt, back to you.
Well, got to go Mr. Potato Head here for the second round.
Okay. Now, you teased us in pre-production that you had the perfect, or was it Rex?
I might be Rex.
Oh, I thought you had the perfect potato head. But
Yeah. Well, this one should be pretty good. Danny DeVito is going to be my Mr. Potato Head.
You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, you stole him from both of us. I had him slotted.
So did I.
I couldn't
Yep.
pass that up, really. I just looked at Mr. Potato. Oh, Danny DeVito would be perfect for that. It's a live action remake. Are you kidding me? Especially when we could pull him out and pull him back in again. That'd be great. Now, Rex.
I had him slotted for Bob's supervisor because he's so small compared to Bob.
Yeah.
See?
Damn.
Gotcha.
All right.
So
Damn.
for Rex.
That's why we do it this way, because it's fun.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
For Rex, nervous green Tyrannosaurus. So I'm trying to think like who that would actually be. Like if you saw someone open their mouth and went, "Rah," you would be like, oh my God. Steve Buscemi would fit that picture.
There you go.
Very, very well. So I'm going Steve Buscemi as my Rex figure. You'd want to run if you want to see Steve Buscemi yell at you. I would be running the other direction. I'd be like, oh my God. Even though he's like nervous and all that kind of stuff, he'd be perfect for my movie. So there you go.
All right. Well, you busted my bracket.
Oh, I'm so sorry to have to do that there, bud.
Well, I've got a couple names in here that I don't think you guys are going to have at all. So
there
I
you
feel
go.
comfortable deferring on them.
Nice.
But since you stole Danny DeVito, I might have to make this pick because he's kind of well known. I'm going to fill in Frozone here in the third round.
Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson, while perfect for that role, I think he's too old at this point.
Oh, okay.
You know, he should be around the same age as the Pars. You know,
Yeah.
old enough to have teenage children, even though I don't think he's got children in the film. I'm going to fill Frozone's role with Jamie Foxx.
There you go.
There you go. I like that.
I think he could.
Yeah.
I think he could bring just as much to the character as Samuel L. Jackson.
You know, and it's funny. It's like I don't know if it's me, but I haven't seen him much in the way of any new movies or anything like that with him in a while.
I see him a lot in like DraftKings commercials. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
something. like
Definitely
that,
doing
but
that. Yeah.
He had a health scare too.
Oh,
He did. He
Okay.
did. Big time,
He,
yeah.
he did, but I think he's over it.
He's
now,
over it
so,
now? Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Very good actor. Very good. Yeah. Good comedic actor, too. He's really funny. Anyway,
Yeah. All right, John, you end the third round here.
what do you got, Johnny?
So I'm going with my Mike Wazowski. I'm going with Will Smith. I think he would do a tremendous job. I'm thinking more like I Am Legend, like
Oh, I
crazy Will Smith.
The Chris Rock slap Will Smith, right?
Yeah,
The absolutely
like
nuts?
crazy Will,
Yeah.
because that's what Wazowski was. He was all over the place.
Nice.
I think Will would be perfect in that role. And The Rock's like making fun of him all the time, which I think is great.
Will Smith is the little green thing with the giant eyeball.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
Makes a lot of sense.
There
Yep.
you go.
Okay. And he gets his. Apparently, on the DVD covers for Monsters Inc., they also put the UPC label over Mike's face,
Yes.
as they do in the magazine and the
Yep.
well, everything
And
in the
everything
movie.
else, yeah.
Yeah. What a gag!
Nice.
I don't believe it. All right, John, back to you to start the fourth round.
Okay, I need my Randall. You stole Steve Buscemi because I would have just casted him right back into
Guys,
it.
come on.
Oh, where's the fun in that, though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was so good.
It was.
It's kind of an odd choice that Steve Buscemi is a Tyrannosaurus Rex as a live action.
It's very true.
you know,
true.
kind of random out there, but hey, I'm trying to make it funny and memorable.
Yes.
You know, that kind of deal.
So I'm going my George. I'm going Jonah Hill.
Okay.
I'll do that one first. I think he'll be great in that.
Nice. Oh, goodness.
George, I believe, is Canadian too. Just so you know.
Okay.
I do
Okay.
not know who George was played by originally.
I don't either, but he
Yeah.
sounded Canadian.
Perfect.
2319. I'm gonna 2319, John.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to fill Syndrome on this one,
Okay.
and I'm going to use Bill Skarsgård
Okay.
because he's freaky. And
I had in the YouTube algorithm, it all of a sudden popped up John Wick. And so I'm like watching all the John Wick, videos and all that. I love that. I mean, it's just
Yeah, it's
fantastic.
good.
And Skarsgård in that 4th chapter was insane.
oh, is he in that movie?
He is in
Yeah.
that movie. He is the
I did not know
marquee.
that.
Yeah, he's the
Oh, wow.
marquee. Yeah.
Okay.
And boy, that he played him perfectly. It was just like that perfect villain, for Wick. And it was
Well, I
just,
know he was the It Clown. And,
Yeah.
was fairly freaky in that. I think he'll do well. I wanted to cast Conan O'Brien because of the hair,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
but he's too old.
Yeah.
He's got to be younger than the Pars and Frozone and all those people because he was
Yes.
a kid when
Yeah.
he turned.
There you go. There you go.
I figured I'd go younger. I went Bill Skarsgård. Okay. All right, Matt, to close out the 4th round.
So I have, what is it? I have Ham, Bo Peep left, and Sid Phillips, right? The bully?
Sid Phillips, yeah.
Okay.
Was that his last name? Phillips?
Yeah, Phillips. Yeah, it says here Wikipedia.
Just learn that.
Oh.
Sid. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he says that. Yeah, when he turns his head around, he's like, we know you, Sid Phillips. Ah!
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go with the Sid Phillips character,
Mhm.
Okay.
and I'm looking it up here. I went to the Christmas Story way back, and the bully that played, or the bully that was cast in the movie was it Scott Farkas was the name. Zach Ward is going to be my bully. He's going to be the bully for Toy Story, so he'll be my Sid Phillips.
He's awfully old now, isn't
Oh, it's
he?
okay. He's still got his bulliness in him. He's still a cranky old guy.
Hey, as
there
long
you
as he's
go.
got his actor card, we're good.
Exactly. Yeah. Canadian actor, they're there for a lifetime, that kind of a deal. So there you go.
All right, Zach Ward it is.
Yeah.
Okay, to the 5th round, sir.
So the smart talking piggy bank, I have to go Rachel Zegler on this one. I mean, that's exactly who she is. Like straight up smart ass talking, and she's a pig.
I don't disagree.
I have to throw her in there. This snarky little 21-year-old who thinks she's better than Snow White. I mean, come on. Are you out of your damn mind, sweetheart? Come on. So you definitely get a lead as Ham. Come on.
So you're gender swapping Ham.
Yes.
You
Absolutely.
are making the same mistake that Disney made. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's not a federal
No,
crime.
but you know what? She's perfectly cast here, Steve. That's the thing. She is perfectly cast as in this role. It fits her personality perfectly. She'd be perfect to sign up for it. Absolutely. I'd convince her.
Okay.
I'd give her all the money in the world. Come
All
on.
right. So it comes to me here in the 5th round. I'm going to fill Bob's supervisor, and I don't remember his name, from the insurance company. And
Okay.
you stole Danny DeVito from me. I thought he was perfect.
Yep.
But as you mentioned John Wick, and I was running through actors in there, I was like, oh, there's got to be somebody in there I can have because I'm scrambling.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Peter Stormare
Nice.
to fill that role because I think that would be hilarious.
Nice. Yeah.
I'll never forget his
Nice.
turn in Seinfeld as the guy with the batteries.
Oh, yeah.
What's that? The outlet. What's that?
The
Where you
holes?
plug in? Oh, the holes.
Holes.
Well, I thought we were stealing it. No, we're not stealing. Can I at least? I need a battery for
Can I
this
at least
job.
steal
Can I
the
at least
battery? Fine, steal the battery. I don't care.
And he's in John's favorite movie, Armageddon, too.
Yes.
That's right.
As
That's
the,
right.
as the Russian cosmonaut.
That's right.
He was great in that.
Yes, he was. I don't want to stay here anymore. Don't touch my uncle. You know, he's very famous. He make the tip of the bomb that go to New York or Washington. All right, John, close out the 5th round for us.
All right, so I'll do Randall, and I'll go with Steve Carell because he stole Buscemi from me. So I got to go with the next ridiculous one. And Jim Carrey retired, so we can't have him.
All this accusing of stealing.
Yes.
Like, just because I have the better movie or the better movie of all three of you, come on.
I'm casting lizards and fuzzy people.
You're
I've got
Rock,
a
though.
wide open canvas.
Your pick of The Rock is the talk of this entire draft, though, bud. I'm giving you props of that right now.
I hate
As
him.
James P. Sullivan. That is
Yes,
true.
I hate him.
Yeah.
Very true. Okay, so back around to you to start the 6th round, John. You have, what do you have left here?
I got George.
You have
I got
Roz.
Randall. I need Roz. Yeah,
Okay.
And
that's
Celia.
Roz is Roseanne Barr because she would kill it.
Oh
Kill
my
it.
God.
I love that lady,
Oh.
and she would kill that role.
Yeah. Oh,
That
my gosh.
that is a clever pick. Because I could totally see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God. Oh
Yeah.
my God. That's like perfect. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
You forgot to turn in your paper.
She'd be great at it.
Yes, she would.
She would be great at it. Yeah. That's a good pick.
Uh,
I like that. Steve, what
all
you
right.
got there, bud? What's
I will
next for
do
you?
Mr. Incredible here.
Okay.
I'm going to take David Harbour,
Okay.
who has a major role in a show called Stranger Things, which I don't watch. But
Very
my daughter-
popular show, though.
Yeah, yeah. I've
It is
seen
very
it. I've seen
yeah,
it.
my daughter watches it. He's in it.
Mm.
Matt, you may know him from Quantum of Solace
Oh, okay.
as the CIA director.
Interesting. Yeah.
Beam, or not director, but whoever. The guy they
Yeah.
call on the plane who turns out he's working with what's his face? The CIA guy who's friendly with Bond.
Oh, yeah.
Played by Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright. Yeah.
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 So that's him. He's a big dude, and I needed a big
Nice.
dude to play Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
If Arnold was 25 years younger, I absolutely
Yeah, I
have
would
done
definitely
that.
pick
But
him. Yeah.
today, no.
That's great. Love
So
it.
David Harbour is going to play my Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, to you to close out round 6.
So I need Woody. I just realized I don't have Woody in there.
Oh,
boy.
And the last one would be Bo Peep. So we're
Yes.
going to go Woody.
Okay.
And since we're talking a lot of John Wick, it just came to mind. I know he's older, but how could you not? He's a beloved character. He plays all of our great Keanu Reeves. I mean, come on. I want Keanu to play Woody. I think that would be terrific for him.
Can you picture him saying, "You are a toy"?
Yes.
Yes. 100%. I could. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you know this. He was in Toy Story 4.
Really? I did not.
Keanu.
Really?
Yes, he
Oh.
played a daredevil, like who's the guy on the motorcycle?
Evil Knievel?
Evil
No.
Knievel. He
He-
was
really?
like a Canadian Evil Knievel.
No
yes.
kidding. Oh
Nice.
my gosh. Oh,
Yes.
that's awesome.
He was very good.
Yeah.
He was very good in that film.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable.
I just think that would be a
Oh,
perfect
Duke.
role.
His name was Duke Kaboom. That's right.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Duke Kaboom. That's awesome. I love it. And then to close,
All right,
to close it out, Bo Peep, right? So
Yep.
Porcelain's Shepherdless Doll and Woody's love interest. So I'm thinking, well, they had a love interest in The Matrix. I think it was Carrie
Oh,
Ann
boy.
Moss. I think that was her name.
That was her name.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we're going Carrie Ann Moss as Bo Peep.
Okay.
Yeah, as Woody's love interest in the movie. So that'll conclude my draft there, bud.
All right.
Yeah.
I have to fill in Edna mode here in round 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to select the principal from Kindergarten Cop
Okay.
Oh, okay.
but she is retired, as best I can tell from Wikipedia.
Really? Okay.
However, this other person who I think also fits fairly well, her name is Mindy Sterling. You may know her
Oh,
best
yeah.
as Frau Farbissina in the Austin Powers movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just recently saw her in a Hyundai commercial, so I know she's still active.
Nice.
My God. Oh,
But so
jeez.
yes, it'll be Mindy Sterling to play Edna Mode.
God bless her. That's awesome.
All right. John, you have to fill Celia.
Yes, my last one. I'll go with Jennifer, whatever her name is, the annoying one. Lawrence, the one that I can't stand.
Oh,
Because
God.
that's the role that she has to play, and I can't stand her, so the rest of the crowd can't stand
Might
her.
as well.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
terrible
yeah.
character to play, so why not just pick a different person?
Mike Wazowski.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
awful.
Fair enough. I don't like her either.
Yeah.
Might as well. Oh, jeez.
John, don't go anywhere just yet. We've got a surprise round 8. I want you to select a director
Oh.
for your film.
Hell. Oh.
For this, whatever her name. I don't know if anybody can save this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be tough. Directors, it's still.
You could do J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Lots of lens flares.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me.
Michael Bay. Well, you don't have any explosions, do you? No.
I mean, we
Not
could.
in Monsters Inc.
Not in Monsters Inc.
No.
Whatever.
You can do it, Josh Whedon.
Whatever. Her needs someone, and it needs to be a love story,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
because that's what that is.
Monsters Inc. isn't a
I'm
love
joking.
story.
Oh, goodness.
You're just lucky I didn't make you draft a 3-year-old actress to play.
Yeah,
Blue.
I'm trying.
Can you imagine? Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
I have
Oh.
I have no directors on my mind right now. Whatever her. Whatever
I think
her.
like who would be a good director for John's movie.
Just to get out of the way, I'm going Michael Bay because I think it's fun.
Okay.
There you go. Nice. Nice.
Why not? You already have The Rock, Will Smith,
Exactly.
Roseanne Barr, for God's sake. Wow.
And Michael Bay will put himself in the movie to get hurt, like he did
Oh,
in
of course.
all his other movies. So
Yeah, of course he would. Yeah.
at least I get the.
Large.
At least I get. Maybe he'll get 2319.
Right. Yeah. Nice. 23. He's the guy who calls the 2319.
There you go.
There you
There you
go.
go.
And then at the end, he gets it back to him. Yeah.
He holds
nice.
it. He holds it up.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
All right. My director.
Yeah.
I am totally taking Zack Snyder.
There you
to
go.
do this.
Let's do it,
Because
baby.
It's a superhero film. And my God, did I just watch Batman versus Superman on Friday night?
Oh, there you go.
Ultimate Edition.
Okay.
And every time I watch that movie, I like it more and more. Save Martha notwithstanding.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Phenomenal. So
Great
Zack
movie.
Snyder gets to direct my Incredibles live action
There you
remake.
go.
All right, Matt,
There you go.
to you. Wrap it up.
So you got a children's story, basically. So I
All children's stories.
well, yeah, they are. That's very true. I'm a little nervous giving the directorial debut here to J.J. Abrams, which I'm very nervous about. So I'm torn between him or Josh Whedon. I think Josh Whedon would probably direct it better, though. So I think I'm
I
going.
hope he does a better job than he did on redoing Justice League.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I
yes.
think if he yeah, that's true. I mean, Justice League, Josh Whedon was very,
Bad.
funny and bad. Yeah, and it's like, so, but he could do like good humor if he's focused, and so I think I'm going to go Josh Whedon more than.
Also,
JJ.
it's Joss. Joss.
Oh, it's
Whedon.
Joss Whedon.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes. As we DC fans like to say, it was Justice League. The Snyder cut was much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matt has Joss Whedon directing Toy Story, featuring Dave Bautista, Danny DeVito, Steve Buscemi, Zach Ward, Rachel Zegler, Keanu Reeves, and Carrie-Anne Moss.
That sounds like a winner.
I've got The Incredibles, directed by the incomparable Zack Snyder, starring David Harbour, Amy Adams, Jamie Foxx, Bill Skarsgård, Peter Stormare, Ana de Armas, and Mindy Sterling. John's got Monsters Inc., directed by Michael Bay, starring a who's who of The Rock, Will Smith, Steve Carell, Jonah Hill, Gary Oldman, Jennifer Lawrence, and last but not least, Roseanne Barr.
I think it plays.
You couldn't throw Tom Arnold in there just for old time's
I
sake?
think
I
he's
was
got the
thinking- I
win.
was thinking about it.
I'm giving John the win tonight. I'll give John
Yeah.
the old big time win there.
I think John gets the win.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's.
And
I think it's funnier than the original.
Exactly.
John's will make $44 million.
Exactly.
opening weekend.
But it will only cost us $11.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Right? Exactly.
I don't know how you're getting all those stars in there for $11.
Just I'm
If you
threatening
can do
all
it.
of them. with
No, yeah, yeah.
pictures that I have.
Be in my movie or you will be 2319.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, that's it for episode 234. Until episode 235, where you will be 2319. Get out.